Okay, shalom, shalom. Just wanted to make this part 2 real quick to give you some highlighted scripture on the blueprint of leaving Babylon. And I'm going to start in Jeremiah 51. Okay. So as we read in Jeremiah 51, it explains the severe judgment of the Most High on Babylon. It explains what happens and how it's going to happen. But noticeably, there's a slight blueprint. It's like one half of a blueprint created in this chapter. Because naturally the question is, okay, we know we need to leave Babylon, but how do we go and where do we go? You know what I mean? Do we go to the land of Israel? Do we go somewhere else first? Do we, and the scriptures have actually laid it out. But it's precept upon precept. Line upon line, here a little, there a little. And I just wanted to bring this to light, okay? Because certain people, not that there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't see it this way. But a lot of people are waiting on a Moses moment. You know what I mean? A real Exodus moment. Steps on the scene and walks out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people out of the land of captivity. But as in Isaiah 43, it says, I'm doing a new thing. Don't remember the days of the Father, what happened then. He's doing a new thing, right? In this chapter, it explains not only for you to flee out of Babylon, but every man save his own soul. So I've been kind of hung up on, that statement because it says it twice in the same chapter, which means it's like a confirmation, it's like a command to flee out of Babylon and every man save his own soul. So today we're just going to go through, once we flee out of Babylon and save our own souls, where do we go from there? Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to start is Jeremiah 51. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at verse 1 because I like to start at verse 1 to add a little clarity, you know what I'm saying? To add a little clarity on what the topic is and what was being spoken of and who's being spoken to. So here we go. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Most High, Behold, I will rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine. And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his Alaim, of the Lord of hosts, or the Most High of hosts. though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. And here's the first part right here. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Most High's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, so that's actually the first time that it brought up flee out of Babylon and every man save his own soul. It's Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Okay. And it goes on to, explain that, Babylon was a cup, the golden cup in the Most High's hand, of splendor. You know what I'm saying? But it was used to make the nations crazy, to make them mad. And it explained that they would have healed Babylon, but she would not be healed. She's too stuck in her ways. Okay, so we're going to fast forward. Still Jeremiah 51. And we're going to start at 51 and 44. Okay. And this is the second point I'm going to make. And I will punish Bel in Babylon, and I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he hath swallowed up. And the nations shall not flow together any more unto him. Yea, the wall of Babylon shall fall. Verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Most High. So that's 2 times he tells people, deliver your own soul. So that's what kind of makes me feel like there won't be a Moses moment, if that makes sense. It'll be like every man for himself. Pretty much. Okay. And so now that we have that established, every man save his own soul. Do what you got to do to get out of here. Okay, the signs in the heavens are here. The prophecies are being fulfilled. Okay, where do we go? Okay, Jeremiah 51. I'm starting 49 and 50. 49 says, as Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. And this is the key that connects the two pieces of it to make one plan. This verse right here, verse 50. It says, ye that have escaped the sword, go away and stand not still. So he doesn't want you to stand still and watch this come. He tells you to go away and stand not still and remember the Most High afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. So that lets me know we are probably going to go somewhere else before we reach our holy land. Okay, so that's the first part of the blueprint. Jeremiah 51, and you can link it with verses Jeremiah 51 and 6. You can link it to Jeremiah 51 and 45. And you can also link it to Jeremiah 49 through 50. So now we're going to jump a little bit. Here a little, there a little. Precept upon precept. We're going to go backwards a little bit. We're going to the book of Isaiah. going to start in chapter 66. Chapter 66, the last chapter in Isaiah that leads to Jeremiah. Okay. Right. So, of course, I'm going to start at verse 1. But after, I get to my point, I'm going to jump a little bit to kind of put it together. But it's all going to be in Isaiah chapter 66 as well. So, Isaiah 66, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? Where is the place of my rest? So that also lets you know that our mission is to go back home to Zion, to rebuild the house of the Most High. Verse 2, for all those things hath mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Most High. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. Okay. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense, as if he blessed an idol. Yea, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in the abominations. I also will choose their delusions, and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. Okay, so I'm gonna jump forward to verse 7. Okay, because it's a promise of the end times and how it's gonna call it. Verse 7. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man-child. Who hath heard such things? Who hath seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to birth and not cause to bring forth, saith the Most High? Shall I cause to bring forth and shut the womb up, saith the Most High? So he's basically saying that there's a new nation getting ready to be born. And, there was an old term, to get up, you got to take something down, right? So for one nation to come up, another nation has to come down. So as Babylon is coming down, the new nation of Israel will be coming up. Okay? I'm going to jump to verse 12. For thus the Most High, behold, for thus saith the Most High, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall ye suck, ye shall be borne upon her sides, and be dandled upon her knees. As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you. Ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. So this verse is letting you know that the Most High will extend peace to us as we become a nation. He will extend peace to us, and not only peace, but the glory of the Gentiles, which means they have a part to play in our deliverance. The Gentiles have a part to play. I know a lot of the Israelite brothers don't like to hear that, but it's in the Word. You see what I'm saying? Gentiles have a part to play. And we're going to find this out, right now. Okay? So I'm going to jump forward to verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will the Most High plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Most High shall be many. Okay? They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination of the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Most High. Okay? For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. Okay? We're talking about a gathering here, right? Boom. So here's where it all comes together. Verse 19 is where it all comes together. So do you remember when I read in Jeremiah 51? Let's go back. Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51 and 50. And it says, ye that have escaped the sword, go away and stand not still. Remember the Most High afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. Okay? So it is our job, our duty to escape the sword, to escape the punishments that the Most High is rendering upon Babylon. His hand is stretched out upon this land. Okay? And he's commanding us to escape the sword. Okay? So when you escape the sword, what do you do? Where do you go? So now let's jump back to Isaiah 66, verse 19. Okay, Isaiah 66, verse 19 says, and I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, to Pul, and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal, to Javan, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory. And they shall declare, which is us, we shall declare the Most High's glory among the Gentiles. So I'm going to rhyme that again. I will set a sign or a flag, an ensign among them, and I will send those that escape. Escape what? Escape the sword of Babylon. Like Jeremiah 51:50. I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, to Pul, and Lud, that draw the bow, to Tubal and Javan, which is Greece. Tubal would be Turkey. Lud would be Turkey. Pul would maybe be somewhere in Africa. And Tarshish is arguably the Sepharad, which is Spain and Portugal. Okay? It says, they shall bring. It said, hold on, let me rewind back. When he sends you to these places, because they have not heard of the Most High's fame, neither have seen his glory, they, which is us, shall declare his glory among the Gentiles. So we're going to be sent to the Gentiles to declare glory amongst them because of what we just escaped. And here's the key. And they, the Gentiles, and they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto the Most High out of all nations, upon horses, and in chariots, and in litters, and upon mules, and upon swift beasts, to my holy mountain Jerusalem, saith the Most High, as the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Most High. And it also says, verse 21, and I will also take of them for priests and for Levites. But that's another subject. I don't want to get people too mad. Okay? I don't want to get people too mad. But that is the blueprint. That is the blueprint to escape Babylon. And how do I know that when you go to these places that they'll bring you back? Because it says it in Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60, and I'm going to start at verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first to bring thy sons from far. Their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Most High our Elohim, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. So who is going to be the first? The ships of Tarshish. So that's just a little video I promised I was going to make it. I'm sorry I'm so late for making it. I don't want to take up too much time, but yeah, that's the blueprint to flee Babylon, as it is written.